Hello, good morning, everybody. I am Mohan Motiani, and I am going to talk about ZipBooks. ZipBooks is a cloud-based small business solution. It's not a fancy web application or mobile application. It's kind of an hygiene product for any business. They need this to manage the business. Before I talk about ZipBooks, I would like to narrate one incident which took place around 2 years back around this time. And I think that was the kind of genesis of how ZipBooks was formed. I was traveling from here to Mumbai to meet one of my clients, and at the airport I bumped into one of my old friends whom I hadn't met for many years. I knew that he had started his business and doing well. So after catching up with him, I just inquired how he's doing in his business. He said business is doing great, but he is struggling in terms of managing it. I said why? He said that his accounting and his bookkeeping is being taken care of by an accountant who comes part-time, and most of the time he is not up to date about the information. He is himself hands-on. He basically keeps track of his receivables as well as his payments on his mobile, but many times he is behind the curve and faces issues. So with this, it gave me an idea. So while I was on the flight to Mumbai, I thought more about it, and this also more or less was in line with our experience with other customers who are not yet willing to adopt the IT solutions to manage the business. So that kind of help us to define the problem statements. For all small and micro enterprises, the majority of them are yet to adopt any IT solutions to manage the business. And the key barriers are primarily the cost concern. They believe that using technology is going to be very expensive for them. They can't afford it. Second, they believe the manpower they have got is not skilled enough to manage the IT solutions, as well as they have concerns of managing the complex infrastructure in-house. So they prefer to basically do things the old way, and that's the reason the adoption is very low. Of course, things are changing as the next generation is taking over. They are more tech savvy, but still a very large proportion is not yet online. On the other side, what is available in terms of solutions are pretty expensive. Typically, any IT solution, a business solution, I know many years back when I was into SAP, the ratio of acquiring a solution license versus the implementing was 10 times. So if you spend X amount of money to acquire a license, you have to spend 10X to just deploy this solution. It involves training, implementation, support, and lot many things. So that was the major deterrents why the available solution were not meeting the needs of the SME. So there is clearly a need for coming up with a solution which is very easy to use, very cost effective, and it basically frees up the business in terms of the managing IT infrastructure so they can come on board. Then we also looked at what is the market size. As per the latest Government of India MSME report, the total number of SME units are 36.2 million as of end of March 2014. And they are growing at more than 10% per annum. And with these kind of activities where we are encouraging entrepreneurs, I am sure the growth rate will even increase. So I am looking at something like 50 million, the size of the SME by 2020. Out of these, only 5 million are using some sort of solutions, either tele or some other solution to manage the business, where most others are more or less offline. They use traditional method, either Excels or diaries, to just keep track of what is going on in the business. With the penetration of smartphones and the wider availability of internet, I think this is also driving up the demand for using the technology solutions for the business. So that is kind of opening up the market, and we believe that even if, let's assume 20% of the MSME adopt the technology, and with a modest spend of 5,000, it can give a market size of around 50 billion by 2020. So this gave rise to the formation of ZipBooks. ZipBooks basically is a cloud-based small business solution. It provides, it's very cost effective and it's very easy to use. Anybody can basically take a trial and can be online within a matter of hours. The maximum time spent in giving them online training is 2 hours, and within 2 hours they are kind of more or less online. The business model is very traditional software as a service platform, where we basically charge the recurring annual charge subscription fees of 5,000 per annum. But once the business comes online, it opens up a lot of possibilities. So there are many other additional revenue streams. We are adding other components to the solution, so that can also increase the subscription fees. Plus there are many possibilities of integration with payment processing engines and other add-on services. This is the market, and this is where our next focus would be. We want to really come up with comprehensive marketing strategy to achieve the numbers that we are aiming for. And this is the competition landscape. I'll just quickly show you. This is what our evaluation of ZipBooks. At the moment, we have got 1,000 plus registrations, and the paid subscribers are 100 plus. And in fact, we have got subscription from overseas client other than India also. Like renewal rate. At the moment, renewal rate is 5,000. It's same.
How many are renewing it?
I believe the.
As
As of now, whoever got their 1 year over, they renewed it. So because in the beginning of 1 year, very few have completed 1 year. So the renewal rate is pretty high. And I believe that business solution, anybody is online, it's very difficult for them to migrate to a new solution.
And your 5,000 rupees is your subscription fees or a one-time fees?
It's a subscription fees for multi-user setup for one company.
So any number of users?
Any number of users.
So any company needs to only pay 5,000 and they
Yes, yes. Our experience tells us that with all the customers we are on board, we just analyze the average number of users. It's not more than 2. So I think for small entities, the number of users doesn't matter much, but they need that comfort of unlimited users. They don't want to try.
The solution is accounting solution.
We started with accounting solution, but as we got the feedback, in fact, the friend with whom I interacted, we gave him this solution, and then he started asking that I also want to look at my inventory and other things. So now the ZipBook, which is currently online, covers pretty much everything. It's account, inventory, sales, purchase. Plus we also added CRM into this one. We also want to add the payroll part very soon into this one. So it's kind of, we want to give one solution, a single solution, rather than customers going for different silo application, one for task manager, one for payroll, another for CRM, another for account. Sorry? Adoption rate of QuickBooks, I don't have much data in India, but it is very good in US. I have also looked at other study, Gartner study, which says that the adoption of cloud technology is the highest in India outside US. It's 36%.
What are the usual issues people have when you say, I'll put your accounting data on cloud?
Yes, the primary concern is to basically move data away from their premises onto something like cloud, because they still have this concern about privacy. But with more and more people using mobile phones, I have seen many people who are doing their business over WhatsApp or through emails, that they know that anyway their data are there on cloud or on.
1,000 registrations.
Yes.
The conversion of what number?
No, these are the registration, and out of this 100 got converted.
Okay. So and this 1,000 was, so the number in terms of number of leads, you're calling registration as leads.
No, per registration. So number of users would be much more.
And you provide migration from Tally?
Yes, we have tools available where you can migrate your master data from Tally into this one. We also have developed a tool which we are going to put online, where you can in fact export your accounts back into Tally, because some people are still conversant in terms of finalizing their accounts with Tally, or they interact with their service provider, CAs, who would like to see data in Tally. So we also developed a tool where there is a migration back to Tally.
Why don't you think of an option where you give it for free and charge for a subscription to a user very cheap?
Well, there could be n number of business model could evolve. Currently, we are giving 1 month trial subscription free, and if they like it, then they just go and subscribe it. Thank you.